Hello there, guys. Welcome back to the world of football. Here we are for another Premier League weekend. It is match day 13 of the Premier League, and I'll tell you now, there are some very interesting games to predict. And by the end of this week, the title race could be decided, or it could still be in speculation. Let's see. Now, I do have a few announcements for live streams, so make sure you stay until the end of the video because I've got some announcements there if there's going to be live streams or not. So make sure you stay until the end of the video. Now, we're going to start off with the Friday night football. Brighton versus Southampton. Now, at the time of recording this, it is Friday, and this game is taking place today. So this video will definitely be out as soon as I've recorded it, because I don't think the editing will take that much time. But actually, no, it will actually take a lot of time because my editor has actually got a lot on his hands. So I think I'll just post it as soon as I've recorded it for this time only. But Brighton against Southampton. This game, I think, only has one outcome. Brighton win. Don't need to talk about it. Southampton actually did play pretty well against Liverpool last week, but again, mistakes let them down. So I'm going to go with a 3-1 Brighton win. Next, Wolves versus Bournemouth. Now, this is a very interesting game because there's actually a link between these teams. Gary O'Neill. Last season, he was manager of Bournemouth. Actually, no, he wasn't. No, sorry, got that wrong. 2 seasons ago, he was manager of Bournemouth. And he kept them up. But they still sacked him. So, and then he got an offer at Wolves, and he took it. So, he might want to get revenge on his old team, but maybe his old team will come to his home ground and do well. So, this is a very interesting game to call. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, though. Crystal Palace versus Newcastle. This game, I think, only goes one way, really. Newcastle win. Even though of that stupid loss they had against West Ham at home, I think they'll bounce back, even though they're not good away. But Crystal Palace, I just don't see them getting anything at the moment. They did get a point against Villa, which is considered a good point. So, you know what? I'm going to change it. 1-1. Because Newcastle have been very poor away. Next game, Nottingham Forest versus Ipswich. Now, Nottingham Forest are on a bit of a decline, I would say. And Ipswich, I'd say, they're kind of on the up. Last 2 games Ipswich have had, they've not lost. They've beaten Tottenham before the international break. And when they come back, Ipswich versus Man United, Ruben Amorim's first game, they drew 1-1. So, don't write off Ipswich, but I think Nottingham Forest will get a win here. I'm going to go with a 2-0 Nottingham Forest win. Next, Brentford versus Leicester. Now, there's an interesting stat here that Brentford have scored the most goals at home than any other Premier League team this season. I don't know if that's true, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is, because when they've been at home, they've been unstoppable. So, yeah. Leicester Also, I don't know if it's confirmed at the moment, but Ruud van Nistelrooy might, well, he should be taking over there. I'm not sure if he's going to be in the dugout for this game, but it wouldn't be surprising if he is. So I'm going to go with a Brentford win. I'm going to go with Brentford 3, Leicester 1. I think they'll sneak one, but I think Brentford will get 3. Next, it's a London derby. West Ham versus Arsenal. Now, I think the last few times this game has happened, Arsenal have got the better of them at the Olympic Stadium. So, and Arsenal have actually been on okay form, you could say. They beat Nottingham Forest last week, 3-0. And they've smashed Sporting 5-1 away in the Champions League. So, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Arsenal. Next, Chelsea versus Villa. Now, this game could go either way because Chelsea have actually been on very good form, although our defence is still not great. But Villa can always turn up. You know what? I'm going to back the home team. Chelsea 2, Villa 1. I think we'll get the job done. Next, it's the Sunday games. Well, actually, this game actually does take place on Sunday as well. But these last 3 take place on Sunday as well. Tottenham versus Fulham. Now, Tottenham last week created the biggest shock of the Premier League this week, I'd say. Or the Premier League this year. Beating Manchester City 4-0. We all know they have a good record against City, but beating them 4-0 at the Etihad, that's not happened since I don't know how long. So Tottenham are no mugs, but they did just draw to AS Roma in the Europa League. However, I did think they rotated for that game. I'm going to go with a 3-1 Tottenham win. Next, Manchester United versus Everton. Pretty straightforward game for Man United, I would say. If they don't win this, then Ruben Amorim has got his work cut out for him. I'm going to go with a 2-0 Man United win. And finally, the game of the weekend. The game of the season. Liverpool versus Manchester City. This is the game of the season considering the circumstances that has come into it. Liverpool, top of the league. Not lost in, I don't know how long. They've only lost 1 game this season. I don't think they've drawn any either. Manchester City have gone on a 5-game losing run. When has that ever happened? Not since, I think, 2006 or something like that. So, these are interesting circumstances for this game. Now, here comes my prediction. Oh, I don't want to do this. No, okay, you know what? Liverpool 2, Man City 1. Don't be surprised if Man City draw this game. Don't be surprised. because they can always come back. And to be fair, this is nearer the time where they actually start to go on a winning run. And a draw now could start that. And then the next few games, they go on a winning run, and then you never know, they could end up winning the league. But I'm going to go with a Liverpool win, because that's what's most likely to happen, considering this run that Man City have had. But don't be surprised if a draw happens. Do not be surprised. Don't be surprised if a 2-2 or a 3-3 happens. Okay? Now, here are my announcements for the live streams. There will hopefully be 2 live streams this weekend. One live stream will be reacting to Chelsea Villa, Fulham Tottenham, and Man United Everton, all at the same time. And the other stream, game of the season. So look out on the World of Football Instagram, because I will be putting notices out on there if the live streams are happening. So keep yourselves updated on that Instagram page, because the announcements of if those live streams are happening will come onto there. I will schedule them, but there are possibilities that they will be cancelled. So make sure you check the Instagram account probably about 15 minutes or half an hour before the game starts, that if the live stream is happening. Thank you very much. Hopefully, I'll see you all on the live streams, and enjoy this weekend of Premier League football. See you guys then.